It's for the public, by the public, without the public knowing.
I'm a bird, mother. I'm a bird.
Okay, let's go through this video. The whole censorship happening. It's good to keep yourself informed. Congress wants to censor the internet even more with blockbeard bill. I actually have no idea what's happening.
Yep.
This is why I wanted to check it out, because I was like, is it like spreading like wildfire in US now too?
Pirate Nation on X. U.S. senators introduce new pirate site blocking bill called Blockbeard. And he links it. Here's a screenshot of it, but I brought it up here for us to go through because yikes. And once again, the consistent word that I keep going back to is coordinated. Everyone is seemingly working together in government around the world with an attack on the freedoms of the internet. And it's very strange that it's all happening at the same time. This was just recently introduced. U.S. senators introduced new pirate site blocking bill, Blockbeard, yesterday.
So it just blocks the pirate websites, right? Nothing else?
Efforts to introduce pirate site blocking to the United States continue with the introduction of Blockbeard bill in the United States Senate.
Also, why is it called blockbeard? Like, as in like, oh, I'm playing with my beard. That's a weird name.
The bipartisan proposal, backed by Senators Tillis, Coons, Blackburn, and Schiff, aims to create a new legal mechanism to combat foreign piracy websites. Blockbeard is similar.
Oh, you think it's a play on words of Blackbeard?
Oh.
This is so corny, though.
It is.
To the previously introduced House bill, FADPA, but doesn't directly mention DNS resolvers. After a decade of focusing efforts overseas, the push for website blocking has landed back on American shores. Earlier this year, U.S. Rep. Zoe Lofgren introduced a new pirate site blocking bill titled Foreign Anti-Digital Piracy Act, or FADPA. Again,
I wonder if it has anything to do with the amount of people cracking jokes of like, oh, this game is not even good enough to pirate, or oh yeah, the only way I'll play this game is if I pirate.
Citizens are asking for this. Voting people to represent us. Who is saying we want more regulations to block things? Who is voting for this? What American people are voting for this? Curious. This week, a similar proposal was introduced by Senator Tillis, Coons, Blackburn, and Schiff. The bipartisan bill, titled Block Bad Electronic Art and Recording Distributors, Blockbeard, aims to introduce a legal mechanism for rights holders to request site blocking orders. The site blocking proposal seeks to amend U.S. copyright law, enabling rights holders to, there's no way that this could go bad, guys. Enabling rights holders to request federal courts to designate online locations as a foreign digital piracy site. If that succeeds, courts can subsequently order U.S. service providers to block access to these sites. Yikes. Yikes. They are trying so hard.
Shit. But yeah, this is gonna be abused really badly. I can already see that happening.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. A new can of worms is incoming.
Hard to take every single angle to create a silo around the world, silos of the World Wide Web, to make it just the web. And there will not be worldwide as a part of the www anymore. They should just start the websites with w dot. Get rid of the www before the w.
Let me guess, any site with mods would be considered pirate. I'm pretty sure there would be. I'm assuming some petty games would be considering it like as a pirating place too, even though it's free.
Blockbeard bill. The amend Title 17 United States Code to permit the owner or exclusive licensee of an exclusive right under that title to file a petition to designate a foreign online location as a foreign digital piracy site and for other purposes.
Last time is saying, I don't think mods would count. They would. Think about it. There are mods that completely revamp a game. To a point like you basically don't even need the standalone original game anymore.
And it says all the basics there. It says pirate site designation would be dependent on rights holders showing that they are harmed by the site's activities. So this is for big corpos, movie companies, and Apple, Google, music companies to be able to stop, and obviously video game companies, that's the biggest one, to stop the
Okay, I don't really care much about the music and like Hollywood movies. I only care about the game side.
Yeah.
ability for people to use the web to go outside of the shores of America to find, I don't know, the open seas that may have things that aren't available here for them. Weird. Almost like they're making sure that the World Wide Web is not worldwide anymore, once again.
Okay, they've been doing that for the longest time. There's constantly, every country is in such a big bubble when it comes to information from outside. The information US people get from outside is so specifically narrated in someone else's favor. And same as outside. Outside of US, they get really specific information about US as well. The information was already extremely bubbled and censored and moderated. So now it's going to be even more.
That reasonable efforts have been made to notify the site's operator, and that a reasonable investigation confirms the operator is not located within the United States. Additionally, rights holders must show that the site is primarily designated for piracy, has limited commercial purpose, or is intentionally marketed by its operator to promote copyright infringing activities. If the court
Okay, but there's always like loopholes to convince otherwise, especially if you have money.
classified, which by the way, I think that this is going to pass and go through, and they're going to champion this as a win. And all it is at the end of the day is another way to add more blocks on the internet to shut off areas that they want to, and then take this in the future and push it even further, because that's what they always do with this stuff. If the court classifies a website as a foreign pirate site, rights holders can go back to court to request a blocking order. At this stage, the court will determine whether it is technically and practically feasible for ISPs to block the site. And
Oh, the ISPs are going to be blocking the site. So we're back at like we pay for a service, and the service can literally cut down what we get access to. And I already been through for years in a country where my ISP would block specific sites. I don't want to go back to it.
consider any potential harm to public interest. How, like, again, how is this hurting anything?
What they mean by potential harm to the public interest is money generation to the companies. It has nothing to do with harming the public. It has everything to do with the companies can generate less money. That's like we only know about news in the UK through BBC. No, BBC has more news channels too.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how Pirate Bay survived for so long, but laws are constantly changing and adapting. Yeah, I mean, laws technically are supposed to change and adapt based on the new technology we get. In my opinion, the laws are long overdue for a makeover, but the direction is heading, it's like complete Puritan era,
Yeah.
which I don't like. So instead of the law adapting to how technology is evolving, it's kind of doing like a reverse and actually limiting how much we can utilize the technology we have.
You can say, oh, you had 10,000 copies of your game pirated. That cost us $500,000 of lost income. It's like, well, yeah, you're assuming that every single person that pirated your copy was going to go out and buy your game at full price on day one. It's like, no, that's not how this works. Most people
The only game I would buy full price on day one is, and my opinion would be a little bit more biased than the average gamer, is if one, I'm reviewing it on stream and everyone was excited to see it, or two, it's on Game Pass, which by default I'm not gonna buy it, it's gonna be there because of the subscription I pay, or three, it's a game that I'm just super excited about.
were never going to buy the game in the first place. That's why they're pirating it. The granted orders would stay in place for a year with the option to extend if necessary. If block sites switch to new locations, the court can also amend blocking orders to include new IP addresses and domain names.
Okay.
Blocking through service providers. The blockbeard bill broadly applies to service providers as defined in section 512K of the DMCA. This is which, by the way, anyone that is a YouTube creator dealing with this is the bane of your existence.
Yup. Fresh and Fit tried to go after us for a ninja clip that they didn't even own. And it took us over a month to resolve it because they copyrighted a video of ours that the clip was literally from Ninja Stream. And they acted like they own it.
Trying to create
DMCA stuff is such a pain in the butt. Like, I remember streaming COD and I got copywritten gunshot sounds. How do you copyright gunshot sound? Or when we were checking out the Horizon trailer, they copyrighted the dialogue but not the music. What?
That's so weird.
This is a broad definition that applies to residential ISPs, but also to search engines, social media platforms, and DNS resolvers.
Oh boy.
Service providers with fewer than 50,000 subscribers are explicitly excluded. And the same applies to venues such as coffee shops, libraries, universities that offer internet access to visitors. Oh, that's
Interesting. So they will not touch coffee shops, libraries, and universities, but everything else will be fiddle-faddle. Okay.
That's nice. That's nice that they're excluding libraries. Great. Unlike the FADPA bill introduced by Representative Lofgren earlier this year, the Senate bill does not specifically mention DNS resolvers. Blockbeard does not mention VPNs, but its broad definition of service provider could be interpreted to.
Oh yeah, 100%. So I did talk to some VPNs not so long ago, and they don't want to be even mentioned by people who even discuss censorship because they already know they will be a target. I wonder if they would also apply the whole thing VPN towards Netflix. You know how people used to advertise them? Oh, you don't have this show in your location? Well, you can use NordVPN and you can watch all these shows from UK, Japan, and blah, blah, blah. I wonder if it will go under it too then. That would be pain. If something so small where you're already paying for a subscription and you're just unlocking like the borders.
Include them. The proposal states that providers have the option to contest their inclusion in the blocking order. Once an order is issued, they would have the freedom to choose their own blocking techniques. There are no transparency requirements mentioned in the bill, so if and how the public is informed is unclear.
Okay.
Once again, the government is supposed to represent the people. Why are
And the people, if and how, will be informed. I love that. So if and how the public is informed is unclear. I love that. It's for the public, by the public, without the public knowing.
they not being transparent? Who is asking for this? And why are they not informing the public about it if this does go through? This is crazy. Companion bill with MBA and RIAA support. The Senate's Blockbeard bill is substantially smaller to the House version, FADPA, and could be considered a companion bill. Since legislation has to pass both the House and the Senate, A combination of both proposals may ultimately lead to the final blocking legislation. Commenting on the introduction, Senator Tillis hinted at this cooperation, mentioning that collaboration between Senate and the House is already ongoing. Here we go. I'm proud to lead this bipartisan discussion to protect our creative economy and digital security.
There you go. As I said, money. The reason why they're doing this is money.
Of course.
The very first thing mentioned, to protect our creative economy. The very first thing.
Think of the children too, right? And I look forward to.
They don't give a damn about the children. Stop with the Simpsons dumb shit. Oh, think about the children. They gotta stop with that.
Continuing to work with my colleagues in the House to address this important matter. Rights holder groups have also responded positively to the bill. Of course they have. Mitch Glazer, CEO of the Music Industries RIAA, thanked the senators. He's probably the one that's backing it for their efforts to protect consumers.
How does that protect consumers? What? They're still doing the whole for the people, by the people, against the people. Like, calm down.
How is this protecting consumers? What the hell? Similar tools have been proven effective around the world over the last 10 years with no harm to speech. By blocking what you're able to access, it's not harming what you're able to access.
Okay, but it's not harming the speech.
No.
They're not telling you get censored for what you say. They're just censoring what you can't see. So technically, them even adding that it's with no harm to speech. Yeah, they're not lying, but it's really stupid to even mention it.
With no harm to speech, internet infrastructure, or security, or participation online. And we strongly support this effort to create a simple, effective judicial remedy with due process.
What do they mean by internet infrastructure or security or participation online? Just say you want to protect Hollywood and like the music industry. That's it.
Motion Picture Association CEO Charles Rivkin is equally pleased.
There we go. We have the music tycoon, we have the animation tycoon, all speaking up about it in support. So is it for the public? Is it all done for the public?
With bold leadership from Senators Tillis, Coons, Blackburn, and Schiff, the Blockbeard Act will equip our nation with a tool that's worked in dozens of countries worldwide. Yeah, countries that aren't free like America, those countries, gotcha, bro. A narrow, targeted means to fight the worst forms of foreign piracy while protecting free speech.
I don't understand what they're trying to like. They're trying to hit all the points, but missing all of them.
And the rule of law. God damn. Notably, the press release did not include any comments from the service providers. However, they are likely to chime in as the bill makes its way through the legislative process.
Another way to try to access something like Tubi TV, and there's like a message from a Verizon. Nah, your YouTube broke to watch TV. YouTube broke to get a Hulu subscription, broke boy. I don't think Tubi is a pirate website, right? But yeah, this is not for the people. This is not for the public. It's for the 1%, not for the general public. Not even close. This is so stupid. Well, I don't pirate stuff. I genuinely have no need for it. I do think that this is so stupid because again, this is just like a gateway of getting access and censor before the actual floodgate opens.
Yeah.
So this is just like a prelude of what's to come.
And this is something that was introduced. Let me see. Because I was asking for more information from.
Matic is saying soon they will charge you for loitering in your own home.
Bro.
from ChatGPT to search the web on it. And I said, give me details on this blockbeard thing. And it breaks it down here. And the designation, how it works, the blocking orders, all the
I would take it with a grain of salt. ChatGPT gets a lot of information wrong, especially when it comes to law or legislations. So I wouldn't 100% like believe what ChatGPT gives you.
this. This is the big one. The bill doesn't specify transparency or public reporting requirements for how orders would be issued or administered. The RIAA and Motion Picture Association applaud the measure. And just like what I was saying earlier,
And also the information that ChatGPT will provide you will be heavily skewed as well, depending on what quote unquote companies think is the public and popular opinion. They intentionally left some stuff vaguely defined. They're literally building the foundation for massive censorship bill. I'm not surprised that they left it as vague as possible, because all of the legislations, all of laws are always very vague. So this is like the least surprising part for me. And like I said, they're definitely preparing for a floodgate of censorship.
Opponents warn it risks slippery slope censorship through overblocking. As one Reddit comment puts it, the prospect of all VPN providers being required to block pirate sites is very scary indeed. Concerns echo earlier backlash to SOPA-style legislation, emphasizing potential First Amendment implications and the chilling effects on innovation. And this was introduced, this is the big one here, late July 2025. As of recording, it is July 31st. The article was written on July 30th. So it was introduced literally yesterday, which wouldn't be a crazy thing to bring up, because it's like, yeah, this is a bill that they're trying to block pirate sites. Okay, great. In context of what's happening in the grander scheme right now on the scale worldwide, with what's happening in the UK specifically, I find it very curious.
It says search engines. I don't think we've seen the mention of search engines before.
No.
Interesting. So does that mean there will be like specific things will be blocked from search engines to search up?
It seems like that's the way it's going.
That is scary.
That yet another thing is happening to remove the rights of the people and block more things on the internet. It's just very curious that all this is happening.
And it says US based service, right? So that would definitely mean Google.
At the very same time, it really does make you wonder about, I don't know,
Wait, I heard they want to block search engines in Australia. I really hope not. I genuinely hope that's not real. How do you block like an act? How do you block search engines?
Coordinated effort. Very strange. Very strange. User Local Hot says, buy discs, big one, start hoarding data now. These US senators are scumbags that are worrying about the wrong effing shit and the wrong effing time. How about solving the issue?
Oh my god. You know how they used to like make like those burn tapes and burn CDs with music and stuff like that and sell to people? Are we going back to that time?
CD drives aren't really a thing anymore.
Yeah, but now it's gonna be USB sticks and hard drives. Like external hard drive and external SSDs. Also, is it illegal to like download your like the game you purchased, right? Downloading it if like you're tech savvy, making sure it doesn't need access to the internet, and like saving it on like an external SSD to make sure like you can always play it without them like pulling it. Like even if they pull it, you still have access to it. Because I know that's where we're heading, that they're preparing to make that illegal too. At least the quote-unquote AAA companies keep telling people to destroy their old copies.
How does this help?
Like yesterday I already brought up the kind of comments that get censored on our channel. The comment was literally base husband and wife VTuber duo. And it got base, wholesome husband and wife VTuber duo, and that got censored. There's like really weird things getting censored even in the comments.
Yeah.
Create a better environment for a single income family to raise kids. How does this bill affect that? Oh, it doesn't? Okay. I don't give a shit about it. Let's focus on what actually matters to the American people right now. How about that? How about we don't get distracted with this kind of shit? And if we're going to get distracted with anything, let's find out more about that Epstein list, okay? I think that's what other people really care about as well. Get this shit off of everyone's desk. Nobody wants.
I care about the censorship like a lot. It's really frustrating. And again, I'm coming at this as a person who lived in a censorship country. And where I see this heading, it might end up even being more censored than what I even went through. And it's
Yeah, in Southeast Asia.
it's aggravating and it's frustrating.
Wants this, get out of here. And it's wild to me that they should be embarrassed. United States senators representing the United States of America, taking freedoms away from the people in America. It's a sad day for everyone. And with that, I'll leave that there.
Yeah, no. This is, yeah. People are obviously revolting and speaking up about it, and they're still pretending like they're doing it for security and for the people. Like, I think that's the most criminal part about it. Them pretending like it's for the people when the people are saying, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, fly high. Check it. Spread my wings high, reach the sky. Feathers in the wind, never asking why. I'm a bird, motherfucker, I'm a bird. Soaring high, yeah, that's the word. Flying free like you never heard.